What's going on, YouTube? How's all the beautiful people? Looky here. High Performance Honda Easy Start Overhead Cam GX DCV 190 Craftsman Pressure Washer 3200 PSI 2.4 gallons max. I haven't messed with it other than smell what's in the tank, and it's pretty bad. Before I do anything, I just kind of want to see what it does, but I do not want to do it with that gas. The fuel valve is shut off, so that's potentially beneficial. So, let's see, what year is this? This appears to be a 2010 model. How about that? So it's got some, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking here. 2018. So, what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and just pull the dipstick. We'll have a look to see. You can see it's, it needs to be changed, but it's not terrible. I'm seeing all this oil here. I don't know for sure what's going on. Could just be the valve cover, but we'll find out. Kind of ironic this is a pressure washer, and I'm probably gonna, to a point, use it to clean itself. Sometimes you get carried away and get too much water mist around the intake, it'll die, but we'll see. I may just use mine to clean it, but I'm not going to do anything until I see if it runs. So, what I've done here is I've gotten my sucker, my oil sucker ready, and we are going to suck the gas out of the tank because that's the easiest. So I just use an old AC vac and hook air to it, open the valve up, and the air blowing through it pulls the vacuum on the hose. And I've got it hooked up to a really strong, this used to be an oil sucker is what it was, but the plunger quit working on it, so pardon the noise. That right there is already pulling a pretty good vacuum, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it nicely. I'm going to tilt it out just a little bit. Let that compressor shut off. Sorry about the noise. While the compressor's running, I'll just go ahead and put a little bit of gas in it. check before you just try to fire something up is if the throttle plate moves. And this one is not moving. So, before I even try to start it, I still got the gas turned off here, so I guess let me turn this thing sideways here. Uh-oh. It'll let me. Make sure you guys are. Let's see. What we'll do is I'll just go ahead and pull that carburetor off and go through it, because if it's dirty enough that the throttle plate's stuck, real good chance that it needs to get cleaned. Why I'm messing with it. My 1/4 inch adapter. Because I'm too lazy and I don't want to have to use a ratchet. I don't have to. Woo. That's pretty snug. And I do have this turned down. It's turned down to the lowest setting, so I do that to prevent unwanted chaos. What do we got here? Come on, man, let's go. There we go. This thing is just barely sitting on this cart, so if it falls off and does some damage, don't laugh, okay? Needle nose. Get on this side. Yeah, sometimes these are cheap ass clamps. They have a way of rubbing me the wrong way. Alright, sometimes these can be pretty interesting. I wasn't bad at all. Alright, let me set this aside and I'm going to grab a little container and we're going to catch some of that fuel. I really just want to see if everything flows like it should. Oh yeah, dirty. I'm gonna let that flow till we get clean. That right there looks clean to me. Shut that off. Okay, fair enough. Y'all let me know, y'all interested in watching every carburetor cleaning, or do y'all mind just missing out on that, or you just kind of want to see what it looks like maybe? How about that? Let me pull this bowl off for you and you guys can have a look, see? Right, we got some of that good gas dripping out of it. Yummy. Buzz this off. Try not to get any gas on that rubber mat. I don't know how well it'll deal with it. So let me get my pan back up here. Catch this bullshit. Yeah, that's nice. Carburetor ain't gonna cooperate. Let me get a thumper. When I'm whooping on these things, I don't typically like to get too carried away because you can beat them up, bend them up. Oh yeah. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that is, you can't see it for shit, can you? I bet. Needle's not froze up, so that's good, but let me set this down, grab my little screwdriver and see if I can kind of show you guys what's in here. Y'all see that? Yeah, that is nice, man. Alrighty, I'm gonna get this thing torn apart the rest of the way and run it through the ultrasonic and get her cleaned up, and I'll bring you back once I get the slap back together. Alright, you beautiful people. Well, I messed up, man. I started putting that on without the camera. I will say this. That was probably the nastiest and most stubborn carburetor to clean that I have encountered in quite some time. 30 minutes in the ultrasonic, and usually, 5 to 10 minutes is all that they require, but this one, no. She took a lot. Well, what do with my boat? What y'all doing? Are you kidding me? Well, they're right there. I don't know why I thought I put them over there. Alright, let's slap this thing back together, and then we'll get moved over there, and I'll hook it up to the water. Now keep in mind, winter is here. I don't know about you guys around the world or wherever you're from, but we've had some cold weather, and pressure washers and cold weather, they don't get along too good, so you have to make sure that if you use it in the winter time, that it gets winterized, right? You gotta make sure that you clean the water out of it, or it'll freeze. There are a few aftermarket replacement pumps out there that I have heard good things about, but I've never used one myself. Tell you what we'll do, we'll go ahead and turn that fuel on, see if our needle and seat's gonna do its job. It should. I cleaned the P-donkey out of it, so I'll tell you what, even after 30 minutes in ultrasonic, that throttle shaft was still seized up, and had to get carb cleaner after it, and the PD blaster, and something else. Everything's working as it should now. She's not flooding over, so that's good. This thing will get an oil change, but I'm not gonna work with that till we know it runs. I think I probably already said that. Get some of this crap out of the way. And tell you what, since we're right here, let me pull that plug. I already had the socket ratchet out. I'll have a gander. Generally, on something like this that's that bad, it's been sitting for a while, I would pull the shroud off of it. But you can see up underneath this one, there's no mice nesting in there. Yeah. Don't you love it whenever your rubber comes out of your spark plug socket? Yeah, she ain't terrible. Let me clean this up. She's a little sooty, like she might have been running like shit last time you ran it, so looks like I've been running rips. Let me clean this up and we'll reinsert. I just use a bench grinder with a wire wheel to clean these up. Always make sure you blow them off real good in case you get a wire or something down in there or whatever. You don't want that going through there doing damage. So some people out there tell you don't worry about cleaning them, just replace them. But whatever. Been cleaning them for a lot of years. Come on, rubber. I need to glue that chunk of rubber back in there. It pisses me off when it comes off. Especially on those plugs that are a pain to get to. Okay. We know we got oil, we know we got gas, we know the carb is clean, we know it's not flooding over. So let me set this thing down, I'll get you guys moved, we'll hook this up to water and we'll see how it runs. Alright people, real time. Got my wand. you can see, she's running good. Little bit on the lean side. Or not necessarily lean, but it does surge a touch with no load on it. As soon as you load it up, she goes running like a champ. Well, I think she's got a lot of pressure. Ended up blowing one of the stickers off, but now all I got to do is winterize it. I like to take a 5-gallon bucket with a hose hooked up to it and run some RV antifreeze through it, and then she'll get an oil change as well, and I'll shut the gas off and run the carburetor dry. So please like and sub, all you beautiful people, and we'll catch you on the next one.